how did the opportunity to be a co-founder of Palantir come up?
Well, I was working with Peter at his hedge fund,
Okay.
and the hedge fund was a little bit disorganized, and I started bringing in my smartest friends to help, and there weren't really other managers there, so I'd help start building things. And a bunch of my smartest friends I brought in one summer to help us, they weren't interested in finance. They thought it was boring. And Peter and I had been talking a lot about, at PayPal, we had to stop the Chinese and Russian mafia from stealing all of our money. And so we got to know the guys who were helping us arrest the bad guys. There was Secret Service and the FBI. And right after this happened, it was 9/11. And so these guys were spending billions of dollars on stuff that we thought didn't make any sense. And they kept asking us for advice. They were confused about how to do things. President Bush created what was called the Department of Homeland Security at the time. I shouldn't be too mean about it, but you know how it works in government is that when you create a new department, people can't really fire people in government easily. So sometimes they'll have a lot of people they wanted to fire, and then instead they just push them into the new department. So it was a bit of a mess.
Push them into new departments and you're fired.
So therefore the whole department didn't really know very well what it was doing at first, was my impression. And they were spending money on just nonsense stuff. And it became really obvious to us that Silicon Valley, Google, PayPal, all these things that were going on up there were just way ahead technically of where the government was at that point. And this was a problem because the government was spending $38 billion a year gathering data, looking at the data, failing to stop the terrorists, but also abusing our civil liberties. So it was a mess. So we said, you know what? There's actually a really important problem here to solve. A, I'd like to stop the bad guys from attacking us again and go get them instead. B, I don't want everyone in the government seeing all of my data without any controls. That's crazy.
And so that's when you said, why don't we go do it? You guys said, let's go do it ourselves.
And I started having my friends I brought that summer to help build a prototype, and which sounds even crazier than finance, but at least it was interesting. They enjoyed helping me build it. And my roommate, who I'm actually seeing later, he moved down here to Miami. He and I controlled the team, and Stephen Keller, my co-founder, and we started building it out.